In this episode of SolidWorks for Creo Parametric users, we will take a look at importing step files. Here I am in SolidWorks. I've just launched it, so I have my welcome dialog box open. The way that you open step files is from the open button. But let's say you didn't have the welcome dialog box open. You can do that from the open icon in the upper left-hand corner. That is also the keyboard shortcut Control O, just like in many Microsoft programs. So I've clicked on that. It has opened up my last active directory, and I have 3 different step files. Let's select the first one in the list. There is an options button. I will click on it. This opens up the system options dialog box. You will see that there are a number of different options for step, IGES, and ASYS files. So for example, right now we have the option checked to import solids and surfaces and to try forming solids. We will also be importing reference planes and user-defined attributes. There is this option here for free curves and points as a sketch. I don't need that for what I am doing. There's some other options in here for assembly structure mapping. The default is as per the file that you are importing. You could also import multiple bodies as parts or import the assembly as a multi-body part. I'm importing a part file, so I will leave the default option. We have another option checked to automatically run import diagnostics, and it's got healing in parentheses. I will take a look at that. And there's also the unit of import. I can use my file specified unit, but there's also an option here for a document template specified unit. Let me click the OK button out of that dialog box, and now I will click Open. We can see the progress bar. And so from the feature manager design tree, I can see that I have an imported feature. It also looks like it is bringing in 7 planes. You can see that in the main window. They are outlined in blue. We also have a dialog box that is asking us, do you wish to run import diagnostics on this part? Sure, let me see if there are any problems with the import. I will click on yes. And over on the left, we can see our import diagnostics dialog. It is telling us that there are no faulty faces or gaps remaining in the geometry. So this is great. If there were any issues, we would see the faulty faces listed in this field and the gaps between faces in the field below it. Let me click the check mark to complete out of import diagnostics. And now I get another dialog box. Do you want to proceed with feature recognition? In other words, can I try to turn this imported geometry into different SolidWorks features that I can edit or delete or otherwise modify later on? Let's give it a shot. I will click on the yes button. Okay, so on the left we have our FeatureWorks dialog box that has opened up. And we have recognition mode. You can do automatic or interactive. I will go with automatic. We will try to get standard features instead of sheet metal features. And for automatic features, we have extrudes, volumes, and drafts. Volume and draft is turned off. If I wanted to, I could try to get it to recognize draft. I can see that there might be draft in this particular model. Revolves, holes, fillets, chamfers, and ribs. And so I will click on the check mark and we can watch the progress. You can see in the dialog box that it is sort of going backwards. It's going to try to start with the finishing features like chamfers and fillets and then work its way up to extrudes. All right, it looks like our import has completed. And so during the process of recognizing features, it was sort of like taking them out in a reverse process and then putting them back in. And the net result is that we have a fairly well populated design tree. You'll notice now we have imported 3 in the tree instead of imported 1. At one point there was imported 2, but then we have our other different features. You can see that it is highlighting the parents and children of those different features. And these are just like features as if they were created right in SolidWorks to begin with. So for example, let me go to this cut. I will right click on it. Here is the edit feature command. And here we have cut extrude 3. You can see it previewed on the computer screen. Let me cancel out. And we can scroll down in the list. And so we have a number of different draft features as well that were placed in here. We have some different holes that were added into the part and our various different fillets. So for example, let me select this fillet and edit feature as well. And so we can see all the different edges that were added in here. And we have the radius value 4 and some change. And we could change the radius if we wanted to. Let me cancel out. And so in this way, you can import a step file into SolidWorks in order to use it for other operations.